That's really missing. And what you talked about, that discipline.
Yeah, exactly.
And this, the focus to keep, striving towards something. Because we talk about people who give up easily. But when you're in sports, I mean, you have to keep going. You have to pick yourself up again.
Exactly. And also, I've seen riders they join the sport, and they feel that, they're going to be the best in such a short time. My advice out there is, patience. You have to be patient, patient and hard work, We've not achieved all this stuff just because, easily. We have not easily achieved this, whatever we've achieved. For example, whatever I've achieved, it's hard work, discipline, patience,
Yeah.
Rome was not built in one day,
Yeah.
So I've seen some riders, they come, they put in effort, they fail to win, they get disappointed, frustrated, and they quit. We have many of those.
Yeah.
These are things, when you join this, you have to join motocross because it's from your heart, not because, your friend said join motocross,
And it's a cool thing to do.
It's a cool thing to do, to race bikes. So, my friend says I should join. It needs to come from the heart.
Okay.
And I mean, the sky is the limit.
I think also something that also stops a lot of people is fear.
Oh.
Fear. How do you
Yeah.
how do you handle that? How do you keep going back? Because even when you talk about you get an injury, another injury, another injury. I think also for many parents, that's what they worry about.
True, true. But like I've said now, the safety gear today is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all this safety gear, the knee braces, the neck braces, we have the guards that protect your spinal cord. It's and then also the racetracks. We've designed them. I actually design racetracks. I build racetracks, and we design racetracks in a way that the bikes are not attaining very high speeds. Someone may think, oh, these bikes are doing 150 kilometers per hour. No. No. We design the tracks in such a way that maximum speed you'll attain is probably 80 kilometers per hour. And the safety standards have been improved tremendously from the times we used to race.
Okay.
So parents shouldn't worry. Parents really, an accident, the children will crash, fall, you'll see tumbling over and over again. The child will get up and get back on the motorcycle and continue.
And go again?
Because the safety gear is amazing. I mean, the child will come out of the race without a single scratch, despite crashing 3, 4, 5 times, So safety is paramount, and, we have the authorities, the federation, whenever we're having races, the bikes are properly checked, not to have bikes that racing brakes are not working. Then you endanger yourself, you endanger others, you endanger the spectators.
Yeah.
So we have pre-race
checks
that are really improved to eliminate those incidents.
Things. You said that motocross has come a really long way in Uganda, and our motocross team is actually doing really well.
Oh yes.
I feel like maybe there's not enough attention on that.
I feel, I think at one point motorcycling in Uganda, motocross, was ranked one of the fastest growing sports in Uganda. Yeah, it was by some point last year, motocross was one of the fastest growing sports in Uganda. And it's a sport that involves the entire family, You'll have the children riding, the parents riding, the grandparents riding. It's a sport for the entire range of the family. We have classes for 60-year-olds, Yeah.
Really? Okay.
classes for 50-year-olds, you see. So it's a sport that takes in everybody, you know. Now, for example, myself, you know, I'm not good. Well, of course, I retired in 2018 from motocross.
Yes.
And focus more on rallying. But even if I was to come back into racing, there's a class for me. Veterans, I'll be competing in the veterans class, you know, it's there. And then we have the masters class, 50 to 60 years old. So everybody, the entire family has a position to, you know,
A space
a
in
space.
which to compete.
Yeah, and then of course the rest of the family members will join the service crews, and it's a family sport. And I think that's what makes it unique from other sports. And we've come a long way. I mean, we've won the Africa Championship. We won the Africa Championship in 2012. That was a dream come true. I was team captain. You know, I remember that point when we won the Africa Championship, you know. The teams couldn't believe it. The Zimbabwe team, Zambia team, they got the officials to recount the points and recount the points.
They're like, no, it can't be.
No, it can't be. No, it can't be. And after recounting the points, I mean, they declared us the champions in the middle of the night after recounting so many times. But it shows you that we've come a long way. And when we won that championship, you know, first of all, I was saddened. We did not get the recognition from government, for example, in 2012. You know, winning the Africa Championship title for the first time ever, you know, that put us at a whole new level in the motocross world, you know. But sadly, we did not get the government recognition we should have got at that time. And of course, we came runners-up in 2016, first runners-up, you know, and still next year we'll be hosting the Africa Championship here in Uganda, and we plan to go for it.
Okay.
To go for, so hopefully this time when we win the Africa Championship title, government can give us more recognition, because with more recognition, you know, I mean, it's a pity. Sorry, I'll take you back a little. You know, we are in I will not mention names, but you know, we are in a ministerial office, and you know, they are trying to negotiate for, you know, sponsorships, and they're calling us border racers. Yeah, those who race borders, you know. I'm thinking, okay, you know, it was saddening, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're not border racers. You
No.
know? No ways. And you know, our sport, motocross, one of the fastest growing sports in the country. You know, it's a family sport, and yeah, and we've gotten African champions. We've won a championship as a country. We have runner-ups as a country, and we also have some individual Africa champions in motocross. Yeah. You know, and that shows that
it's a lot to be proud of.
It's a lot to be proud of. We never had that 10 years ago. You know, we have it now, and we're still going.
It's still going up.
Yeah.
But now, you've talked about as a family how, yes, you're very passionate about sports. But I met your sister Lisa the other day, and she came with a bottle, and I was like, what's going on? Is it your dad's wine that he's been working on for years?
Yes.
So please tell me about, I see you've come with one as well.
Oh, yes.
About, you finally came up with a name? Because I remember it being Mulberry Wine.
Yeah.
So tell us about this.
Yeah. Now, my dad is, first of all, he's into agriculture. He actually, he's an agriculture, he studied to be an agriculture officer.
Okay.
So, yeah, it took a different path into mechanical engineering and all, but he's actually an agriculture officer by qualifications. But anyway, he's seen the wines and what's on the local markets, and he was disappointed with what's available locally, what's done locally, you know, and he thought of coming up with something that's healthy. Now this is the Blick Mulberry Wine. We named it, and mulberries. He decided to use mulberries for one major reason. Mulberries are antioxidants. They have very many antioxidant qualities. Very good for cleansing the body, you know. And he decided to incorporate these mulberries into you know, a wine, a sweet red.
Has he been working on this for a long time? Because yeah, this is a sweet red.
This is sweet red.
Yes.
It comes in sweet red. It comes in dry red. But yeah, he's been working on this for years. He's been working. He started with the grapes. He used grapes, but grapes do not grow very well on that side of. We have a farm across the lake. Why he ventured into the mulberries is their health benefits also compared to the grapes. Yeah, so
are we going to be finding it like on
yes.
in supermarkets soon?
Soon it's going to hit the supermarkets, and I must tell you, it's very, very good.
So what advice would you have for young people who would like to get into sports? Yes. Based on your own life experience. Yeah.
That's a good one. I will tell you, can I take you back a little? I've had people coming to me, oh, you must have won so much money, you know, you've won this championship. Because I'm in sports, they think I win money. Unfortunately, in Uganda, this is our sports, motocross and motor rallying. These are not professional sports. We are not paid to rally, nor are we paid to do motocross. But of course, we get support, you know, sponsors. I am happy. Of course, one of the proud to be sponsored by Shell. Yeah, Shell support me in my racing activities.
Yes.
However, to the young people out there, let them not think they are going to join the sport to make money. Yeah, many of them have that perception. Oh, you know, I want to start racing and become rich. Yeah, it doesn't open those doors of richness in that way. This sport requires discipline, a lot of discipline. It requires hard work. It requires patience. You know, if you're not patient, you know, if you want to be a champion in just your first race or second race, you're going to be very disappointed. And also to keep costs, startup costs as minimum as possible. You know, some people will come, they want to buy the best bike, the best riding gear, the best everything, and then, you know, you're spending a fortune just to join the sport. Then there's maintaining, the maintenance during, you know, the sporting activities. You find that you reach a point where you break down, you know. You know, keep startup costs low, go for a used bike, go for used safety gear. You know, as your performance improves, then you can start, you know, investing in better gear, better equipment, and then you'll enjoy yourself. I mean, that's how I started. I started, you know, used bikes, used gear, and, you know, and eventually when you know, the level steps up, then you can step up with the equipment. But also, to the parents out there, especially the typical Ugandan parents, I really encourage them to get their children to do extracurricular activities, especially sports. Yeah. Sports. I mean, first of all, it's healthy. Yeah. Doing sports, breaking a sweat, you know, is healthy. You know, you get your heart racing, and it's very healthy to do sports, but also discipline. I feel that it contributes a lot to the discipline to the discipline side of things. You
Yeah.
know, when we are preparing for races, for example, with their foods we don't eat a few days to the races. You know, we need to sleep early. We don't eat certain foods, and you know, bike preparation. You know, we need to practice train. So you find that these children, they're getting a certain level of discipline just by being in this sporting world. And whichever sport, you know, swimmers, soccer players, you know, there's different routines that we go through before competitions, before trainings, and it's very important for children to understand, you know, oh, if I don't sleep early, if I don't get a good night's sleep, I won't perform well the next day, you know. And they will carry this on to their, you know, whatever they plan to do in the
Life.
futures.
Yeah.
In life.
Well, thank you so much, Arthur, for joining me on the show
Thank you.
and for sharing your passion.